Restore.
Hello,
Cleanse.
Guild Wars fans.
Believe.
Back with some World vs. World. Let's chat it out. Let's see. Alright, so let's see where the group is at. Let's catch up with them. Let's score some points. We still need some Mystic Clovers for... finishing to craft the Bifrost, and we still have to. We still actually need to begin the World vs. World back piece. I can't remember what's it called right now. I should. The Warbringer. Yeah, we gotta begin that. So. Join me up. Let's get started. Let's have some fun. Let's kick some butts. Actually posted a short with the build that I'm running. I was told to try the Luminary, and I haven't had a chance yet to put it together. I posted a video today. Actually did a Guild Wars Prophecies lore video. Some factions and Nightfall as well, so those are the next videos to come, but it would also be cool to come up with a World vs. World compilation of fights. I might have, you know, definitely need to do some more fights in order to be able to showcase something. Which, that's the tough part of playing at this time of night. It's hard to get into fights. It's pretty dead at this. It's pretty dead around now. We are caught up with the group. Let's get it going. Let's capture the first hour of the night. It was actually funny. I was going into Mockplug's chat, and I was telling him, "Hey, I made this video using your 5-minute Prophecies lore video, and just added to it, and wanted to, you know, really drive home a lot of plot points that are still kind of obscure, even if you really pay attention to the story." So I added to his video, and he's a really good sport. So he said, "Oh yeah, of course, it's that was supposed to be a funny video. I don't want anybody to think that it was a real lore video, but please go ahead and post it." It was really nice, really good sport about it. Really nice guy. Hey, maybe you'll get to see it. You never know. He's it's the beauty of the internet is it takes a second to make an impression sometimes, and excuse me. Oh, I almost finished the water. Gotta go get some more. Next break that I get, I'm gonna get some more water. But yeah, no, we're here. It was really fun. It's one of my longer videos, 23 minutes of actual, you know, content. I talk about storyline, and I go over the plot points that are important. I actually think it was important enough that I should have mentioned Glint, and it didn't make it into the video because in order to get ready for Guild Wars 3, Glint has now become a secondary character since now all the dragons are dead in Guild Wars 2, you know, and the dragons brought the end of a 20-year arc of story, right? And 16, 17 years. When did End of Dragons come out? So it's over 15 years of dragon story as finished, as ended. There is no more dragons. So I did not know if it was worth it to mention Glint. It's definitely a super important character, but if I would have done a video more connected to Guild Wars 2 rather than just prophecies, I probably would have made sure to include Glint in it. But go see it. Go see it. Is live on YouTube, and it's decently well crafted. It'll give you a good idea of the storyline. And you know, Guild Wars Reforged on mobile is about to come out, so maybe people that have never had a chance to play Guild Wars growing up or in the past years in general, they can get to see what the storyline is about. There are a lot of plot points that the game does not explain very well, even if you're paying attention. I think one of my favorite things that Mark was saying is like, hey, Ascalon, Searing, great. 2 years later, and you have no idea what happened in the meanwhile, which is very true, right? It's one of those things where you can't really disagree with his point of view. It's like the game literally just time skips. Now the expectation is that what actually happens is that you unofficially join the Vanguard, right? You become part of Rurik's guard, and that's why you start following him around. Actually, in the cooperative missions, he is the one following you around because, of course, you're the player. He follows you around. But if you think about it, you become part of his guard. You become like a defender and a bodyguard, and you make sure that he is all right, and that he can liberate the land from the Chars. And so it's pretty crazy. I was watching Maklak's video, and he says, you know, Rurik's disagreement with King Adalburn, it's not really easy to understand what's going on over there, but it's about the refugees, right? So the Ascalonians have been fighting for 2 years. The Ascalonians have been fighting for 2 years in the whole colony of Ascalon, and where Rin, Ascalon's sister city, used to be, and they are not making any traction. They are not getting any wins against the Char. We're just kind of, humanity is just kind of surviving. The humans are just kind of barely making it and staying alive with a city in shambles, and Ascalon is basically just a tent city. Everybody doesn't have living accommodations, and the king really does not want to leave Ascalon, right? The king is like, oh, we are not leaving Ascalon. We are staying, we're protecting it, we're defending it. We can't leave Ascalon, and all of our legacy and all of the sweat and tears and blood that we put into this kingdom. And instead, Rurik, which is, you know, he is the figure of the ruler that's supposed to be a little bit more reasonable. He is supposed to be the person that actually cares about his subjects. Rurik instead contradicts his father and just goes, we need to evacuate. We need to cross the mountains, go meet the dwarves, and go towards Kryta. We are at war with Kryta. Kryta are our enemies, but they're humans. They will understand the plague of the Chars attacking us. And you know, it's crazy to think about that in the Guild Wars lore storyline, that the humans were actually the invaders, right? And we know this from Guild Wars 2, we know this from the lore, but you know, it becomes second nature to play as a Char in Guild Wars 2. But if you think about it, you can't really take that for granted because the humans were the invaders. The humans stole the land of the Chars. The humans attacked. The humans really segregated the Chars up beyond the wall, and everything actually held steady for probably more than 1,000 years, right? That's the timeline that makes sense with Guild Wars 3. And you know, at the time of Guild Wars 3, there are 3 human kingdoms. There is Or, there is Kryta, and there is Ascalon. But then, like Abaddon, one of the fallen gods, he pledges to destroy Ascalon and to gain power back, and he arms the Titans with knowledge on how to destruct Tyria. And the Titans are the ones that actually pass that knowledge to the Chars, and that's how we get the Cauldron. That's how the Chars are able to destroy the wall and invade Tyria, right? It's crazy, pretty crazy and cool storyline. And then, you know, after that, Rurik really fights with his dad, and then he leads the charge, taking all the refugees through the Shiver Peaks mountains, and then dies. He dies. Spoiler alert if you haven't played the game, you know? Big spoilers right now, but it's kind of like when you say, hey, yo, this movie came out 20 years ago. You can't be mad at me for spoilers. Come on. But if you are a new Guild Wars Reforged mobile player and it's gonna be your first time going through this is a great plot line. And look, you might be better off enjoying it without watching my video. I definitely recommend it, but please do pay attention to it. All of the plot is well connected and well written. Whether it is conveyed the right way, because the game came out 20 years ago, it's another issue. So, but it was funny because Muckluck's video, he talks how the humans cross the Shiver Peaks, and he goes, yeah, nothing crazy happens here, nothing important happens here. And I just chuckled because it's like, what? Rurik dies, what the heck? So, but you know, his approach to that video was a funny take on how to interpret very 50,000 foot above view the storyline. So, you know, I'm just trying to be a resource.
Strong. I'm fading fast.
Is this guy botting? And the story of the Shining Blades is not super. Oh, wait a minute, we got some fighting in here going on. Let's take a look. No, looks like we're free. This guy was just taking the wall by himself. Didn't even see us coming.
One more thing for my list of accomplishments.
We'll take it.
Eat my dust!
Eat my dust. It's tasty.
Attack my target!
I don't know. I am looking for my first comment on a video on YouTube regarding Guild Wars content. So if you do want to go see it, if you happen to be here while I'm talking about this, go check it out. This is the YouTube channel, and it's you know, it's very. I think I've done a pretty decent job. If you do want to know the lore, you'll walk out knowing a lot of the plotline and all of the lore and how things are connected. So. Mrs. Boss, what are we doing here? Assessing other maps, maybe? Is that what's going on? But in any case, I will be bringing all type of Guild Wars content, Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, news about Guild Wars 3 every time they are available, to Twitch and YouTube. So if you enjoy Guild Wars, I warmly recommend that you leave a follow so we can stay in touch.
Strong.
If you're a new player and you're looking for some resources, I have a guild in Guild Wars 1 and in Guild Wars 2, so it'd be really easy to stay in touch and for me to help you with whatever content grips your interest. And it has never been a better time to be a Guild Wars fan. I feel like the excitement, the willingness for everybody to just have a great time about this has been absolutely at the best of the best of the best that we've seen in years. I actually probably should replay through the Guild Wars 2 storyline and document that. I think I'm gonna start from Guild Wars and slowly replay the chapters. It'd be a cool routine to just do like one cooperative mission a day. Take a little video and then cut the video and then publish it, and that'll really help. You know, with the plot points.
Good.
And it'll make me a lot more knowledgeable. A lot of the Guild Wars 2 storyline, like all of the secondary, you can't even really say secondary, but all of the villains that are just not as prominent as the dragon, it's good to know how they're connected. We should really pay attention to those storylines, right? Like, villains tend to intersect multiple Guild Wars games. So Palawa Joko, we help Palawa Joko in Guild Wars 1, and then we find out that we really shouldn't have in Guild Wars 2. Could there be another villain like that where we really shouldn't have helped them, or they're still alive, or something's wrong with them? I know Balthazar should be... Wait, is Balthazar dead, or did we imprison him again? What's the... I can't remember. What's the verdict on that? I played Path of Fire once when it came out, and I haven't played it since, so there could be a number of things that I remember wrong from it. That's why possible. So complete a fractal, defeat 10 enemies in the heart of Maguma. We need to do that to complete the daily before I go to bed. Defeat 10 World vs. World invaders. Crafting resources pretty easy. Defeat 10 champion rank enemies pretty easy. We're gonna get them done with the towers. Defend 10 World vs. World objectives. Good. That should be pretty doable. Deal 50,000 damage using siege equipment. Okay. Escort 6 allies caravans. Okay. Those are all doable weeklies. Very doable weeklies. Actually, last week we had damage to players, and when you play it this time of night, it's actually kind of hard to get that done, so I didn't finish it. I played plenty of Guild Wars, of World vs. World to get it done, but
Bring it on. Save yourself.
just tough to fight competition at this time of the night. How are we even doing? Yeah, well, we just began, but we're doing good. Before going to bed, we do gotta go kill those 10 enemies in the heart of Maguma. Give me those resources. I need them for the weekly. Full on supplies. Where are we going? Follow the golems, I guess. Hey, excuse me. I'm sorry. I did not want to yawn in your face. But no, we will be. We're gonna be here 2, 3, 4 nights a week with World versus World and just chatting up about the Guild Wars universe. Keep you guys posted on the videos that I make for the YouTube channel. And if you are a newer player or a veteran, I'm here to help. I love to run communities, and I've run guilds for as long as I have memory of this game. I have always been involved in the social aspect of the game. It's absolutely the best part. And Guild Wars fans are, I don't know, the best ever. Which is wild counter position, you know, wild difference from the previous game that I was streaming a lot, and I had forgotten how exciting it was to just play Guild Wars and having something to look forward to. You know, ArenaNet gave us some of the best news, and coming from Apex Legends to Guild Wars 2. Streaming is just like a night and day difference.
Save yourselves!
That had to hurt.
Yeah, she.
Next!
Alright, let's see if we can do some fighting here.
That feels good. Refreshing. Death stalks
I wield great wisdom.
That feels good. I feel strong.
Can't catch up to somebody that runs that fast. It's just how it is. I'm not built for that.
Restore, cleanse, believe. Choice, freedom, liberation.
So what do you guys think we are going to have as playable races in Guild Wars 3? You know, I mean, the Coden should be basically confirmed. Humans should be pretty vanilla. The Asura. Are you guys excited to play a hairy Asura? It's gonna be different, right? Here he comes back.
Save yourself!
Hold the line.
I hate fighting underwater. I do not want to be fighting underwater. And he runs again.
Restore, cleanse, believe. Choice, freedom, liberation.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pursue that guy. I'm gonna engage him if he comes to bother us, but
Never capitulate!
guards are gonna come out. What if you could play a Quagan in Guild Wars 3? How would they even do Quagan armor? Going for Lord after your break? What do you think? You got a while. I can basically take a nap over here. Fight.
That went better than I expected.
Comes the cavalry.
I feel strong.
Healing turret activated.
Eat my dust.
Build, brothers and sisters, build. Take this wall down.
That feels good. Save yourselves!
Ow. Courageous. 2 against 10. And they still come at us. Jeez, man. Respect that.
Eat my dust!
Respect the hustle.
Refreshing. I feel strong.
I chose
Save
you.
yourselves!
Little heals for everyone. Got more.
Hurts, doesn't it? This is getting serious.
Urge tick. That feels good.
Attack.
Save yourselves!
Out.
That fits good.
Clear the air.
Yeah, I had a 2v1 for a second. 2 or 3v1 for a second. Respect these guys, they come fighting.
That one for days.
They have less people, but they come fighting.
Refreshing.
Jeez.
That feels good. My leg!
This is the end.
Let me get some water. Be right back.
Smash them!
Through.
Go for the throat!
Alright. Supplies. Order waypoint. ArenaNet. Make it so that I don't have to repress the skills every time I take a waypoint or change maps. No. When you take a waypoint, I think they stay, but when you go underwater, when you change maps, why is it a thing in PvE but it's not a thing in PvP? I'm not fully understanding that. Can somebody tell me? I would love to know. Yeah, does anybody know why you have to repress the Firebrand Elite skills when you go underwater? Like, you don't have to do that in PvE. Do you just want to make the PvE easier? I mean, I guess this is PvP, so I understand that it can be a little bit harsher, you know, keep you on your toes, but invaders.
I may not survive. Save yourself!
Ow, 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 ow. This guy's
That went better
Tough.
than I expected.
tanked us for a second.
Smash them!
Contract accepted. Death comes on swift wings.
Boom. 315. 315 experience.
Take them out!
I chose you.
Eat my dust! That feels good.
Almost locked me out of the wall. I almost locked myself out of the wall. $11:17 over here. I need to go to the gym in the morning. I might not be streaming for that much longer. But I did want to get a little bit of World versus World in. Let's see. So we're about to complete it. Okay. We're about to complete the chest for BengorT Marches. I got to see.
Hurts, doesn't it?
You guys know which one is the next best chest for Mystic Clovers? I've already done Drizzlewood and BengorT Marches. I'm about to complete BengorT Marches. Do you guys know what's the next best one for Mystic Clovers?
I chose you.
Best reward track for Mystic Clovers. Mystic Clover is the non-repeatable Drizzlewood Coast track, which awards 14 clovers. If you already complete a non-repeatable track, the gift of Battle Repeater is standard choice. Complete all non-repeatable World vs. World track first. Silver, they provide 7 clovers. Obsidian Sanctum. Ooh, yeah, I forgot. Maybe I still gotta do it for this week.
Armored up.
I think I already have one gift of battle. Maybe I have 2. Do you guys know how many gift of battles you need for Warbringer? I'm trying to work on that next. I think I already have one for Bifrost, and so that I'm good to go there. I gotta get the Mystic Clovers to finish the Bifrost, and I gotta do Warbringer, and then I'm probably gonna try and make a legendary from another era. So like
That feels good.
The first
Restore.
type of
Cleanse.
legendaries, like
Believe.
Sunrise, but I don't have
Choice.
like
Freedom.
one
Liberation.
from
Healing turret
second
activated.
generation.
Attack my
I guess I
target.
would need to do one of the
Save yourselves.
Is that second generation? Yeah, I don't have one of those, so that would be something that I would assume they would have to do, like, to get ready for Guild Wars 3, they would probably have you do one Generation 1, one Generation 2, one of the later expansion stuff. I got the PvE Legendary Armor, so I don't know if that counts for 3rd gen generation legendary? Is that one of those? I would have to look better, but I'm sure that they'll have some requirements where they'll do the core game. So for the core game, they'll roll out the Hall of Monuments in stages, right? So for the core game, they'll probably do Season 1 legendaries. And I'm good there. I've already crafted at least one. But then, like, for Generation 2, so all the End of Dragon stuff, all of the Arene's weapon, I don't have one. So that would be a good project. I think that since I am bringing World vs. World like a few times a week at night, right around this time, I can probably work on Warbringer, and there is one of the accessories is legendary that you can do with World vs. World. That it is also fairly new, so those could be all long-term projects. Yeah, but I'm not sure how many. I'm not sure how many. Oop, I can't go through here. Crazy. I'm not sure how many Gift of Battle would I need. Like, I'm not sure which reward track to do to get more Mystic Clovers than the one that you get from completing this. So it's kind of odd. Oh, we're making golems? Let's do golems real quick. Excuse me for the yawns. I'm pretty much getting at the end of the day, but it has been a productive day. I got out of work, and then I watched Maklak's video on Silhouette Gaming. He reacted to his video about the reasons why Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2 players don't stick around, and it was a really good video. So I kind of had the same idea of sort of reacting to one of his videos, but it's not really reacting because I'm expanding on kind of a funny video that he made. It's about a year ago. He made a video on the lore of Prophecies, Guild Wars Prophecies, and of all of the campaigns of Guild Wars Prophecies is the one where I know the storyline a lot better, so I could actually crank it out decently fast this afternoon. And so I got out of work at 5. I started working on the video at like 5:15, and I finished it right after dinner at like 9:45. If I could crank out a video, a 24 minutes video a day like that, that would be great. It's definitely not always the case, but I had fun doing that one because I had to go look up some stuff that I couldn't remember right. He's a funny entertainer, so just going through his video and seeing the irony which he explains some of these things with, it was very funny. But he also, by making the video kind of short, 7 minutes for the entirety of the prophecies, 7 minutes for the entirety of the prophecies campaign. There is a lot of stuff that outnumbered. We're about to fight. There is a lot of points where, even though it was kind of glossing over some of the lore because it was trying to be funny, it wasn't trying to make a serious lore video. It gets pretty entertaining because like that could actually be how some Guild Wars player actually perceive that lore, right? How they actually receive it. When you get out of Ascalon in pre-searing, and you don't really know what's going on, and 2 years pass out of nowhere, and Maklak was saying, "Oh, 2 years passed. We have no idea what happened those 2 years." That's fair. That's fair. Somebody that has never played Guild Wars and they have no idea of the lore, they're not gonna know why the game just randomly skipped 2 years. And the answer to that is it's world building, right? It's the Ascalonian are trying to just stay alive after the searing, and they are really trying to push back the Chars and make an establishment for themselves, reclaim some of the city instead of just living in tents in Ascalon, in New Ascalon City. And it's, you know, it's kind of a lost cause if you think about it. It's kind of a futile fight because the Chars are just everywhere now. They can't be
Attack my
contained.
target.
And that's the reason why Princess Rurik, Princess Rurik, Prince Rurik and King Adelburn, they get into a fight, and Prince Rurik gets told to get the heck out of Ascalon, right? Because he's trying to rally the refugees that you helped in the first few cooperative missions of Guild Wars in getting out of Ascalon, right? Because it's overrun. There is no point in fighting for a lost cause that's claiming a human's life. It makes more sense to seek shelter in the mountains and in Kryta, even though Kryta is an enemy human kingdom. It makes more sense to try and build life somewhere else than to just cling to the past, right? So it's you don't really know what happens in those 2 years. We can basically understand and infer that you become the personal bodyguard of Rurik, and you work through the ranks of the Ebon Vanguard, but there is not really a way to know that that's actually the case. So somebody that has played Guild Wars for the first time, they might just go, sure, we skipped 2 years for no reason. And that was kind of the silly point that Monkla was making, but it's true. You know, you're not gonna know. There is a lot of plot points that are not really working that way. Like when you reach Kryta, you finally reach Kryta with the refugees, and then you know you are tired, you are famished from traveling, you have a lot of injured people with you, with all their belongings on their back, and
Save yourself.
the White Mantle, they just tell you, yeah, you can enter Lion's Arch, just help us with the undead apocalypse that's just right outside here on the Lasios coast. I'm like, okay, sure, we'll do that, you know, tit for tat. But it's it makes sense that the White Mantle wanted to be sure that you are not a spy from Ascalon, right? You come in, you say, we're Ascalon refugees, here's a bunch of people, let us through the city. That's kind of risky to let your enemy enter your city with so many people, and for centuries, those people were your enemies, right? And so it makes sense that they kind of want to test you. They might want to tell you, look, you wanna play with us? Come get, you know, some liberation. Give us some liberation from these evil creatures, and then we'll let you in. Eternal Battlegrounds. I'm going crazy here. Where are we going? So, if you think about it, if you have played a story enough times, and if you actually paid attention to what happens and what the people that are at play are doing and what are their motivations, you can understand what's going on. You can understand why it makes sense that the White Mantle tells you, oh yeah, go get rid of 1,000 different undeads for us, and then come back, we'll let you into the city. It makes more sense by knowing that Kryta and Ascalon were rivals for a long time. Instead, on your first playthrough, you kind of don't really understand the whole argument. At least I didn't understand the whole argument in between Adelburn and Rurik, and why Rurik had to leave, and why Kryta wouldn't want to welcome some refugees, you know. It's it makes sense. It makes sense, but you ought to know these plot points and how they are connected, and then you start working for the White Mantle, and then you find out they aren't that nice. They are not, you know, these people that are ready to welcome you in their shiny city of Lion's Arch. They're not that nice because in secrecy they are sacrificing people to make a bloodstone because the Mursat are telling them to, and the Mursat are being by them. They're being themselves guided by the Titans, which are being guided by Abaddon. Also, let's start back from the beginning for a second. Who was providing
That
the
feels good.
technology to the Chars to break the wall? Well, that was the Titans, and the Titans were getting that info from Abaddon. And Abaddon is trying to create chaos. What are Abaddon's motivation? He's trying to create chaos because he is a banished god, and he's probably in exile. And for him to regain power and be a relevant figure again within Guild Wars, he has to make chaos happen. And he doesn't succeed in Guild Wars Prophecies because, well, he sort of succeeds because the Char do what they're supposed to do. They do depose one of the two remaining human kingdoms. They put Ascalon on their knees. And then the other plot is that while this chaos is mounting, while the White Mantle is building these bloodstones, they actually can accumulate power, and that power is used to gain control over the land so that Abaddon can open the gate of Kamali and bring in the Titans through portals everywhere across Tyria. So the last mission of the campaign, right? I'm skipping a little bit ahead, but the last mission of the campaign is to stop the Titans from entering these portals and close these portals so that the Titans don't take over the entirety of Tyria, because they cannot be stopped. So we need to close the gate of Kamali, we need to close the portals, and we kind of save the world by defeating the Lich at the end. Now, another thing that a lot of people kind of don't connect is, who is Vizier Kilbron? How do we encounter him? Vizier Kilbron. Let's take a step back. Okay, so we're in Kryta. We're at the White Mantle. We're helping the White Mantle because we think they're good guys. As we do their bidding into the Maguma jungle, we start to understand that they are collecting people, that the people that we're helping are actually being collected to be sacrificed for the Bloodstone. And we are introduced to the Shining Blade. The Shining Blade is an organization, is a group of people that used to belong to the White Mantle, and they know what is being done to these victims, to these people that get abducted and sacrificed for the Bloodstone by the White Mantle. So they start opposing it, and they start opposing the White Mantle and sabotaging their operations so that they can stop this atrocity. And so we are introduced to Evenia, the leader of the Shining Blade, and Evenia kind of breaks us free from the control of the White Mantle, and we start attacking the White Mantle, but we are outnumbered. So we flee right about, oh, we're in World versus World, so we can't see the world map, but we flee right in front of the let's see, what area is that? Is basically the big bay underneath Lion's Arch, where modernly Lion's Arch resides. On the left side of that bay, there is Radasum. To the above Radasum, to the right, that's where the mission the mission, the cooperative mission that takes you to the Crystal Desert is. I can't remember. Sanctum K. You get to Sanctum K, which is also an outpost, and you are able to you basically keep running from the White Mantle, and you run across Vizier Kilbron, who is this allegedly the only survivor of Or when Or went underwater, when Or was the reason why
That feels good.
when Or was still the last human kingdom that was still alive before the other human kingdoms developed.
Refreshing.
Like, Or is more ancient than both Kryta and Ascalon as human kingdoms. Humanity was brought to Tyria by the gods for humans to adore the gods and to spread among the land. And so humans originated in Or, and then they ended up in other parts of the continent, of the Tyrian mainland. With that in mind, when we meet Vizier Kilbron, he tells you that he's supposed to be the last survivor. Oh, we got some company. He's supposed to be the last survivor of Or. Is a wizard that survived War going underwater, and is looking for the Scepter of Or, which is a powerful artifact, and we don't sort of understand what he needs it for. But since the White Mantle is pursuing us and we need to escape it, and we're kind of outnumbered, we agree to go find the Scepter of Or and bring it back to him. The Scepter of Or is lost somewhere on the island where we meet Vizier Kilbron.
Eat my dust.
Really close to Sanctum K. So with that in mind, Vizier Kilbron receives the Scepter of Or from us, and not even a moment later, he summons some undead minions to help us out escape from the White Mantle. And that's kind of suspicious. Why would a
That feels good.
wizard use undead minions? Like, since when, right? Like, that's a little suspicious. So he conjures a boat to help us escape Sanctum K and takes us to the desert. Why do we go to the desert? Well, because Ascalon is in ruin and there is charge everywhere. Maguma Jungle, where we came from, is full of White Mantle and is also really dangerous. Kryta is overrun by the White Mantle. We can't go back to Kryta. The Shiver Peaks are extremely hard to survive in, and also the dwarves that live in the Shiver Peaks, they kind of just mind their own business. They have their own problem. They have their own mining to do. They don't go out of their way to help anyone unless you come to them, which we do when we first cross the Shiver Peaks the first time.
Stand your ground.
And so there is nowhere to go other than the Crystal Desert.
That feels
Crystal
good.
Desert has not really been occupied by any type of factions. It has some native inhabitants that have been there forever, but it doesn't have any of the factions that are hunting us. The White Mantle isn't there. The Charges aren't there. There is some bad, creatures. There is some Hydras that occupy the region, but we can take care of Hydras, and Hydras are not an organized group that are just gonna come after us and come, pursue us forever. So we go to the Crystal Desert, and we learn in the Crystal Desert that the only way to fight the White Mantle, which is controlled by the Mursat, which is a threat that you cannot physically see, you have to get the visions from the Old God. How do you get the vision from the Old God? Well, first you collect the crystals, and you do the 3 co-ops in the Crystal Desert. You get all the vision crystals, and then once you collect them all, you can begin the rite, and the rite opens, I can't remember what's it called. It opens the mountain. It's a really cool, it has the really cool cinematic where the lightnings come down and they strike the mountain, and the mountain opens up, and you see that you can go do your trial for the ascensions to the gods, right? And what is the ascension? You gotta purify the bad part of you, the dark side. So you go in, and in order to be able to see the Mursat, you have to purify the dark side. So you fight yourself, and you got your clone battle, which Clock kind of said it was kind of a silly thing, but it really depends what is your build. The first time I did it, I was a healer. I didn't have any punitive skills, and I did not know what strategy to adopt in order to beat it, because it was kind of silly. I think that the way that I ended up beating it is that very luckily was a monk ranger for my first playthrough. I was a monk ranger, and so I just changed my build, and I brought a pet, and I had the pet help me out damage him, and I brought no skills, right? My skill bar was completely empty other than the skills to bring the pet. So I could heal the pet. I could make sure to out damage him by having an extra body into the arena. He had the skill to heal the pet because he mirrors your build, but he doesn't have a pet. So it's kind of a cheat, but if you don't have the right build, and if it's your first time playing it through, it's not that trivial. I kind of had to put some thought into it, and I lucked out that my second profession was ranger. So I was able to ascend. I was able to complete the ritual to get the true vision from the gods, so that I could actually see the Mursats, so I could fight the Mursats. And then where do you go after that? Well, there's nothing to do in the desert. You have done everything that you were supposed to achieve. So you go again to the Shiver Peaks Mountains, where you start fighting the Mursats. Why are there Mursats in the lower Shiver Peaks? Because Draknar, which is the capital of the Draknar Forge, which is an outpost, and also the capital of the dwarves in Guild Wars, is being attacked by the Mursat. Why are the Mursat going there? Because, again, as we said earlier, the Lich wants to open the gate of Kamali so that he can use the gates to bring Titans all across Tyria. And so he would probably have one in Kryta. You would probably have one maybe in the desert. Definitely Draknar is the next biggest city, and I don't know, maybe one in Maguma at the Oasis of Amnoon, which has never been a very populated town, but is technically a big town. So it makes sense that they would use the portals to attack the most populated areas of Tyria, one of which is definitely Draknar Forge and the southern Shiver Peaks. So you go starting to help the dwarves fight back the Mursat that are establishing their power into the southern Shiver Peaks. Now, this is your actual first encounter one-on-one with the Mursats. You actually see the Mursats and fight the Mursats in person. What do you learn? The Mursats have some ancient magic that they develop over the centuries.
You'll be doing that one for days.
That can drastically do a lot of damage. They have a lot of, it's called Spectral Agony, and they are able to do a massive amount of draining damage. They drain your health. So it's very common to really struggle when you encounter the Mursats the first time. And how do you beat the Mursats? Well, okay, here's a part of the story that's kind of odd. It's a little odd. It's a little out there, and it's unexpected, but you happen to meet
Refreshing.
I think not in Thunderhead Keep, in Mines of Molodunes. In Mines of Molodunes, you happen to meet the last seer that still roams Tyria. Who are the seers? I can't remember the exact relationship in between the Mersat and the seers, if they have some ancestors in common. But if I had to guess, the Mersats were evil seers. And the Mersats and the seers became two different races, and I know that they were at war for a very long time, and we're likely to see that war in Guild Wars 3. We're likely to see the conflict in between Mersat and seers. So we meet the last seer still roaming Tyria, and the last seer roaming Tyria tells you, hey, there is a secret to beating them. The secret is, I need to infuse your armor, so you gotta do me a favor so I can infuse your armor so that you can nullify their spectral agony. So you complete the challenge, you get the secondary objective for the co-op, and you get your armor infused. Now, a funny thing is that
Save yourselves.
it ain't the best mechanic, okay? It ain't the best mechanic, because if it's your first playthrough, you're probably not gonna have an elite armor that you're gonna wear for a long time. You're just kinda gonna have an armor that eventually you will replace with something better. And so any time that you get a different armor, you need to go infuse it to be able to just play against the Mersat and not have to worry about it. If you don't do it,
That went better than
you're
I
probably
expected.
gonna struggle. Maybe not in normal mode, because now modernly with heroes you can get a full party of heroes and they out heal everything. But in hard mode, if your
Can't breathe.
if your armor is not infused in hard mode, you could definitely take a beating, and so will your party. So 100% advised that anytime that you change your weapon, anytime that you change your armor, that you need to have the armor infused. Again, you have to redo the mission just to get the seer to infuse your armor again. So it's kind of annoying, because if you have 6 characters, you gotta do it 6 times, and then you change armor on any of them, you gotta do it again. So not the best dynamic. I wish that it could be something like the Ascension. You are ascended. Now you can change class. Now you can see the Mersat, and it's forever. But the Ascension is also character specific. So Nightfall and Factions, they also have their Ascension as well. Their Ascension process as well. So so you infuse your armor, you're now able to fight the Mersats. So you are able to take the fight where the Lich is organizing all of its armies to the Ring of Fire, to the archipelago of the Ring of Fire. So you go to the Ring of Fire, the islands in the south of the Tyrian continent, located basically in front of Elona, and you fight your way through the castles, and you enter the ranks of the Mersat until you get to the very last mission, to where they are actively organizing the logistics of distributing the Titans across Tyria. So with that in mind, how many times have I said with that in mind tonight? I don't know, but I guess I'm not that good at multitasking, so I'm doing my best here. But you get to take the fight directly to where they're organizing the logistics of distributing the Titans and growing the army of the Titans and of the Lich Lord. You finally arrive at the Gate of Kamali. You shut the Gate of Kamali. You shut the 3 gates, and then you find out that when Rurik dies in the Shiver Peaks the first time around, not the second time around, when Rurik dies within the first iteration of the Shiver Peaks, you haven't seen the last of him. You see him again because they took his body. They took him to be reanimated as an undead, and the Lich Lord uses him to fight you before you can try and stop the Lich Lord in the final chamber. So you get to the Lich Lord, you stop the Lich Lord, and that's prophecies. So all that to say is that I made a YouTube video. I think it's pretty cool. If you are here and you're listening to this madness, to this constant rambling, I hope you're having a good time, and I hope I'm entertaining you. I love talking about Guild Wars. I love learning more about Guild Wars. I love hearing people excited about Guild Wars. I've brought a number of my friends on the game, and I hope to get to play with them more and more. But we're all adults, so it's kind of hard to make that fit. But in the meanwhile, maybe I can have somebody listening to my ramblings on Twitch. I upload all my live streams on Twitch. I upload all my live streams on YouTube, just so that if you like to have content in the background, so you can still learn a few things about Guild Wars here and there while you're cooking, knitting, devising plans to dominate the whole entire planet, you can have some Guild Wars 2 talk in the background. So if you like the story, check it out. Check out the YouTube channel. Actually, the last message that the Nightbot posted is the link to YouTube, and you can find the last video that I just posted earlier today there, and it has 4 views. So you know, it's good, and I think it's a good video, and it'll teach you a lot. And Maklak is really funny, and I try to add to the value that he proposes. So really awesome guy. He said I could post a video and he wouldn't mind, so go give him a follow as well. But if you are here and you're listening, I hope I can earn a subscribe from you, a follow here on Twitch. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. If you're lurking, thanks for being here nonetheless. You're absolutely invited to write in chat. What time is it? 23:55. Okay, I'm gonna take last hour over here, and we're gonna go to bed. So thanks for being here. I think there is one more person streaming in the background. So. If you have any questions, if something doesn't make sense, if I can help in any way, shape, or form, let me know. Invaders, we should probably repair the wall, right? Okay, we gotta finish the daily. Let's go do this daily real quick. We're right about done. Let's see what we have. Defeat 10 enemies in the heart of Maguma. Let's see. How do I leave? Leave the mists. Bam, bam, bam. But yeah, if you are a Guild Wars 2 player and you have never had a chance to play Guild Wars 1, go check out the video. It'll tell you a lot. It'll make the dots connect on why the storyline works the way that it does, and especially if it might be your first time playing the campaign through, you might notice some things that didn't make sense before. You know, I think I did a good job at connecting why you go here, why you go there, why this happens, why those people are there. So it's a good refresher. It's a good refresher, and it'll give you some idea of who are the players in the Prophecies campaign and how we are able to connect to the other campaigns and how it makes sense. So, Heart of Maguma. Let's go get 10 kills and go to bed. But if you're here, I stream Guild Wars 2, 3, 4 nights a week. Right around this time.
She'd probably appreciate that.
And I try, you know, I'm always a beat. I'm always trying to teach something if I can, and you know, I'd be doing it regardless. So if you want to hang out and chat, it'd be absolutely terrific. Gift of Battle. I got the Gift of Battle. I guess I'm gonna just do it again. Let's see. I need to redo this one just because I need the Mystic Clovers. Did I get any Mystic Clovers? Alright, let's
nice gear.
Real quick. Champion Hound of Balthazar. Chest. Jorah's weapon cache. Hey, 5 Mystic Clovers. Let's go. And I gotta see how many I'm at. I should be pretty close to be able to do to the Bifrost. If I am at 77 tomorrow or the next time I stream, I think I'm gonna do the Bifrost.
You can never have too much treasure.
What is this? Warlord's armor box. I think I already redeemed some of these skins. Exotic heavy, skin locked, skin unlocked. Let's go in order then. Let's get the War Greaves. Do you guys play World vs. World? What do you guys play whenever you're playing Guild Wars? Do you play Guild Wars 1? Do you play Guild Wars 2? Are you excited for Guild Wars 3? Let me know. I actually do not like these Boreal skins, so I can kind of...
You can never have too much treasure.
Not really keen on them. Hey, Legendary Spike. Let's put that away. I think I need those for Warbringer, but I'm not sure how many I need.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I already have one. Here's the second one. Here's the second one. Let's put some materials away. Boom. That frees up. That makes the inventory a lot more understandable. Skirmish chest. Open that. Oh man, another one? Sure, give me a hammer. Why not? I don't have a hammer to use this on. We can destroy it. Unidentified die. New weapon recipe. And I thought somebody wrote me. Let's see. Okay. Are we gonna get anything good? And I swear, I have been opening like four or five of these a night. It's like 12 of these for a couple of weeks, and I have not gotten a single rare one. But let's learn the collars that I don't have. I have 2 collars. Good. Dragon coffer consumable. That can be sold though on the trading post. That can be sold on the trading post. These. I can recycle that. I can do that. You already know the recipe. Boom, go out. You can never sell those regardless. Alright. prices on those dragon coffers has remained pretty stable. I thought usually it plummets by the end of the festival, but it stayed fairly stable. That's pretty good. Economy is thriving. It means when the prices don't go down that heavy, just means that there is enough players that are still trying to do the achievements for the dragon bash, and the prices actually stay competitive. There was a lot less hype around Guild Wars 2 when the last Halloween, for example, and the prices for the bag of candies or whatever they're called, they dropped a lot. They dropped like half price by the time the festival was over. So it wasn't as lucrative to farm the labyrinth. Oh man. How fun would it be if we did a 24-hour live stream for Halloween where we do 24 hours of labyrinth and see how much money we can possibly make by 24 hours of labyrinth.
How do you do?
I mean, people basically already do it, but I don't think they do it while streaming. It's just crazy to think that there's people that do farm that much, but I would love to be able to do that. Just take a day off, just absolutely grind the absolute madness out of it. That would be so fun. Let's see. I mean, there is a non-zero chance that I might make enough gold to like buy a legendary weapon straight off the market, right? It's definitely possible. So let's get some of these.
Until next time.
Some of these. Can get 3 of those, please. Please and thank you. Let's see. Boom. Boom. And I don't think we have enough of those, right? Eartha. Glowing stone. Yeah, we don't have enough now. Okay. And can deposit this stuff, sell the rest later. Alright, let's go finish the daily. 10 enemies in the heart of Maguma. Let's go do that real quick. But we are closing. So let's take a look at who is streaming some Guild Wars. I think we're gonna go raid somebody. And we're gonna go raid somebody before we go to bed, even if there's 2 of us here. I don't know who it is, but thanks for being here. Let's see, Twitch. I like this guy's
Missing
face.
out. Missing out.
Behold the ocean's power.
Oh. I mean, well, what do you want me to do? I can't enjoy it with ranch. I don't like ranch. Well, so what's the next best thing?
Refreshing.
Ketchup.
Eat my dust.
Alright, here's a couple enemies.
I need help with this one.
It was weird. It's not weird.
Strong.
Everyone's got their little, like, you know, their norm. And for me, this is my norm.
There's one to remember me by.
I haven't done it in a while, though. I will tell you that. I have not done it in a while. I've not done it in a while, so don't, you know. But it will still taste good, regardless.
Brother, these guys. Can you stop disappearing, please?
I'm not gonna bother doing that. There's people that know how to do the skip. I don't know how to do the skip, sadly. Yeah, this fractal sucks. Oh my gosh, and you got executed by the...
Alright, can we
Doom will
find some
judge
enemies
your
that don't
food,
disappear the whole
eating
entire
habit.
time?
I mean,
Those two are veterans, so...
will I ever see Doom? I don't know. Unless he's in the, unless he's part of the story, then yes, I will see him. I can survive off carrots and ranch. I know you can. You literally request that for Wingstop. At this point, I don't even think you can have Wingstop without carrots.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Start playing. I never miss.
Oh, that's awkward.
There's one to remember me by.
Breathe deep and die.
Whoa.
History is
Can I please not die against some random veteran shadow leapers? It's crazy work.
Save yourselves.
Ow. What is going on? Alright. Come on, guys.
strong. Can't breathe. That feels good.
Save yourselves.
Oh, come on. I had him. Did he die? Yeah, they're kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta avoid the veterans. They just stake long because they disappear.
That's how it's done.
Okay, we are done. Let's go raid somebody. Actually, I could get the materials from the guild hall. And I always end up too late. I don't want to end up this late. Gotta go to the gym in the morning. I sleep like less than 6 hours. Why do I do this to myself?
Refreshing.
I use quickness. Alright, we are off to raid somebody. Thanks for being here. If you are here and you want to leave a follow, if I was good company, you're absolutely welcome to do so. Thank you so much for the company.
easy for you guys, but I'm very glad that I kind of learned down the timing. I always got hit by that.
Join the raid.